but instead chase wisdom, and you create an environment that draws the blessings to you. Welcome to Think Like a Billionaire, our podcast. We got some great stuff. Don't forget that you get more information if you get on the Patreon, which is going to be down there. They give you all the information to be able to do that. But we have been talking about that wealthy people think differently. They have a different mindset. And as a man thinks, so is he. So if we can begin to think like a wealthy-minded person, then our life, biblically speaking, has no choice but to follow it. To begin to raise our thoughts, we begin to raise our life. And you find that. And so we talked about that wealthy people think differently about investing. They think differently about jobs. They definitely think, as we spent some time last week, especially on the Patreon channel, on risks and the importance of being people that step out and take risks, because without risks, there are no rewards. This week, I want to be in Proverbs 3:13. Blessed are those who find what? Money. Blessed are those who find wealth. Blessed are those that find a great job. It doesn't say that. It's interesting that what most people chase doesn't give them what they want. But the Bible says here, chase this. And let me tell you the results of chasing this. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver, and yield, which means better returns than gold. That in this world today, if we want to become wealthy, the most important thing that we chase, outside of course, chasing God and our relationship with God, is to stop chasing money, but instead chase wisdom, and you create an environment that draws the blessings to you. And I'm going to say that one more time. We chase wisdom and understanding, and in that brings to us wealth. So the wealthy guy, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I had lunch with, and he was just talking about one of the key things in his life, that his parents spent their whole life chasing money, and he decided to develop a life that money chased him. People spend their whole life chasing their tail and never catch it. He says, I want to create an environment. An environment is very big. And I like to use the example of a deer hunter. Deer hunters don't go, like, deer season's coming up. I know we're getting kind of close now. And they don't go get in shape and start running 5 miles a day and really, they don't do any of those things, right? Because they're not going to chase the deer. What they do is they get a blind, they sit back, and they create an environment that attracts the deer to them. And the same thing that we have to learn to do. And we do that through gaining wisdom and understanding. And so the more wisdom that we get, now here's one of the things that you find out. So the average person reads about a half a book in a lifetime. Like after they get out of high school, college, whatever, about a half a book in a lifetime on self-development. When you find that a wealthy-minded person reads 2 books a week. And people that are already wealthy are still reading 2 books a week. My biggest thing when people come to me, they have a big issue in life, it's like, well, of course we turn with prayer to God, but we have to turn to wisdom. So let's get some information, because usually it's just a couple tweaks of wisdom away, and all of a sudden my life begins to change, because wisdom brings to me better decisions, better choices, better actions in my life, which makes a better life. We're going to continue on this on the Patreon channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. And remember that if we'll raise our thinking, we'll raise our life. Think like a billionaire.